sorry, my soul is real big. Coming into the ring with blows that's real big. I gotta do it big, that's the only way I can live.
What will you like today? Another Cloud 2 classic?
I'll stick with the usual. Maybe take a little bit off the sides.
Oh, that's fresh.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
Hey, watch your head.
What sound experience would you like today?
I'll have the fantasy pack.
Good choice.
And could you make it a Cloud 2 wireless?
On his way, sir.
Sounds amazing.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
Ain't accept and ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, if I ask for it, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids and for their kids, just kids. That's wealth years and years. Promise my brother soon as he out and finished his bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big, jobs that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the ground on the cars is real big. I gotta do it big, the only way that I can live.
Hey man, I just can't find a comfortable headset. I mean, I've tried everything. Literally everything.
Sheesh, my brother. I got you.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
That is comfortable.
Y'all think too small, I got big dreams. You just starting, I'm way ahead at the end scenes. Started reading and dodging all of the quick schemes. Money like your Spotify, boy, I got 10 streams. And I'm still looking for more. My people, they got a soar, I'm putting that on the Lord. Ain't accept and ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, if I ask for it, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids and for their kids, just kids. That's wealth years and years. Promise my brother soon as he out and finished his bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big, jobs that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the ground on the cars is real big. I gotta do it big, the only way that I can live. And I promise I'm trying to. Before you count me out, homie, let me remind you. They was blocking the shine, now I think it's my time to. Counting them dollar signs like lights, they'll blind you. Let me rewind to back when I was broke and I couldn't acquire 2 cents. And now I got 2 rents. They was sleeping on me, homie, must have got too big. Call my phone, I be like, who this? Damn right, hell yeah, I'm brand new. Smell like can too. I'm fresh forever like canned food. Try and tell me what I can't do. I wanna see the world, my vision on shamu. That mean I got goals that's real big, foes that's real big. Y'all offer too little, sorry, my soul is real big. Coming into the ring with blows that's real big. I gotta do it big, that's the only way I can live.
What will you like today? Another Cloud 2 classic?
I'll stick with the usual. Maybe take a little bit off the sides.
Oh, that's fresh.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
Hey, watch your head.
What sound experience would you like today?
I'll have the fantasy pack.
Good choice.
And could you make it a Cloud 2 wireless?
On his way, sir.
Sounds amazing.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
Ain't accept and ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, if I ask for it, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids and for their kids, just kids. That's wealth years and years. Promise my brother soon as he out and finished his bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big, jobs that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the ground on the cars is real big. I gotta do it big, the only way that I can live.
Hey man, I just can't find a comfortable headset. I mean, I've tried everything. Literally everything.
Sheesh, my brother. I got you.
Welcome one, welcome all to the 4th week of ECAC Super Smash Bros. Ultimate's regular season. We got another good crew battle on your hands for tonight. We've got SUNY Poly from all the way up in New York taking on Fanshawe College, and I'm pretty excited about it. My name is Keelan Miles, joined by Dara, and well, I think we're getting right into it very soon.
Yeah, for sure. So, we are going to be seeing SUNY Poly. Last year, the players, we saw Gipple playing Link, catch up with Lucas and J2G as Snake. Not sure if those are going to be the names that we're going to be seeing today, or exactly the same characters. And we unfortunately do not have too much info on the characters that the Fanshawe team are going to be playing. But in the meantime, just want to say, hey, welcome to the stream, everybody. I hope everybody's day is going phenomenally well. I have a bottle of water near my desk, and so should you. Flex your bottle of water, Kilo.
You know it. I got the bright yellow, contrasting.
Good.
A little bit too reflective for the camera, I'll be honest. So, no on-camera hydration. But rest assured, I'll be hydrated the entire time throughout this whole match. And you had mentioned J2G. J2G, I think, is actually going to be opening up. They were a Snake player. But again, like you said, that was all the way from last season. Just going to get that fixed real quick.
A little bit of connection issues. It happens all the time. Maybe a couple of little technical difficulties. But we keep it rolling. Kilo Miles is still with us in spirit and in voice. So he is just projecting into your minds. But yeah, in the meantime, gamers, all that I can do is encourage you guys to keep yourselves nice and hydrated while we do sort this issue out. I hope everybody's having a phenomenal day today. And look at that. He's back. I'm so good at padding.
Yeah. I'm alive. I'm here. Happy to be here, as always. Listen. It happens. And now, like we said, unfortunately, we don't have the most amount of information, but SUNY Poly, I will tell you, last year when they went up against NJCU, who at that time were kind of the uncontested champions, undefeated 2 seasons in a row, they did put up a good fight, but it's kind of the story of every good player versus someone who's still in the come up, where in the first game, they keep it close. The first crew battle, they got it down to last stock versus last stock. But then NJCU kind of got the download towards the end of it. And SUNY Poly just couldn't keep up with the adaptation. So we'll see. They've had a whole year to improve, get better, get more used to the online format. So, yeah. And as you know, tonight we actually are going to get an update coming out, right, Dara?
Yeah, no, today should be the Solar update and potentially the final patch of Ultimate. So the meta is slowly starting to approach the end phase of what Ultimate is going to look like, of what the meta is going to be, of who's viable and who's really not, because I don't believe there's too much actually intent to patch it after the release of Solar, besides maybe the occasional bug fix. So get you players in now. Today is the day to do it. Today is the day to play for nest buffs. I'm going to ask for everybody to collectively spirit bomb their will to help make it happen. But in the meantime, we can also quickly talk about the structure of the crew battle today. For those that are uninitiated, just as myself 15 minutes ago before I learned about this, what is basically going to happen, we're going to be seeing a 3v3 crew battle, which means whoever wins starts the next match against the next opponent with the remaining stocks. But then it's a best of 3 crew battle. So whichever school is able to win the majority out of 3, 2 out of 3 wins, is going to be taking home the title of victor for today.
18 clean stocks. That's what you need to get a clean 2-0, because going to that game 5, or crew battle 5 rather, it can get a little rough. I mean, it's a long format, and crew battles, it can be a little tense, especially as now schools are back open. Teams are actually playing with each other in the same room. So you've got your crew right there. So there's a good kind of pressure where you want to impress your teammates, but then there's also, oh no, the entire thing is weighing on me. I'm the anchor, and it's just pulling me right down.
I don't know, for me, anytime like I've been like in a crew battle, like with some of my friends behind me, with my team behind me, it's always been like, you know, it's a nice spirit. It's really good encouragement. And you know, I'm just excited to see what we're going to be having in front of us. I'm excited to see what Fanshawe is going to be having for us today. Once again, I apologize. We don't really have too much info on who the players are, but I guess it's still going to be a bit of a mystery. I also think there's like something really interesting to pick at with like crew battle formats and how they deviate from like traditional like best of three, best of fives, and singles matches. It's really going to be about like how you can sort of check your opponent for basic matchup things. Do they know the counterplay to this situation? Do they know how to escape this? Do they understand like this really specific situational thing? Those kinds of tools become much more relevant and just like useful in crew battles, which just tends to be a lot more in the short term, and you don't have as much time to adapt to a player. And having it be in a best of three format mitigates that quite well. But with that being said, we are going to be jumping into the first match.
Yeah, getting right into it, it is going to be J2G up first. Fingers crossed, still on that snake that they were well known for last year. Yeah, they are up against Pazora's Yoshi.
Yeah, so this is a bit of an interesting matchup. It's going to be, once again, like a tale of like cat and mouse, how Snake can put out a bunch of grenades for himself, how he can keep himself safe, and, how Pazora the Yoshi can sort of zone break, get in there, and apply pressure. Already a really, really good tech chase, 43% to boot. Like, Yoshi's downer is so good.
Yeah, setting up that tech situation and then going for the roll read at that percent, really not a bad option because sometimes jumping right onto Snake can hurt. As you've seen, Pazora has had the bad end of a couple trades, but Yoshi's aerials do so much and they just chunk off so much percent that, well, those early percent trades didn't hurt that much, but now you're at a deficit, you're off stage. Able to get back with the up B, but very optimistic right there from J2G.
Gotta say, some of Pazora's spacing is so safe. Like that retreating neutral as a means to approach and then just to fake out whatever the J2G's next option was. That was just like solid, clean, and a really, really safe play. I need to start seeing J2G, overshoot a little bit, maybe a couple of more dash attacks to try and cross up Yoshi's shield because there's not a whole lot he can do about it.
Ooh. Pazora was 1 inch away from that up air connecting as they are looking for these kill confirms so much. An up tilt, a grab, like anything could help confirm into that up air, get the kill, or you could just get a roll smash attack, but based on how safe J2G is playing, I don't know if that's going to really happen, Dara.
J2G keeps opting to use up tilt as a close range option instead of something as grab. I would like to see the adaptation or just like a bit of a mix-up at some point. But J2G right now trying to get a bit of footing for themselves because they're getting another up tilt, but wow, just sneaking the kill with C4.
Yeah, and the question really is becoming how... Oh no, that is gonna hurt. That's gonna hurt a lot. Just
Especially
one
in a crew battle?
unfortunate mistake. Yeah.
In crew battle formats, it's just like such an unfortunate thing. Pazora needs any way to take a stock. Florida would not have done it, but Backyard definitely would have. Not really sure why Pazora is like opting for some of these kill options. As a result, look at all of this extra credit that J2G is getting. We're on the verge of a 3-stock.
Think of how dominant this was on stock 1. Pazora had 0 to 70, and then they just couldn't find the kill. And then they just couldn't find the kill. And now they're off stage after the up smash, and they still can't find the kill. Pazora, they're trying their best, just running in with the grab, but they're out of down throw confirm range. That's not going to do anything.
Yeah, it's Yoshi grab. It's really not going to kill you at reasonable... Alright, listen. It shouldn't kill you at a reasonable percent. It's 40 though, at 180, so it is gonna kill. I think just about anybody has a throw at that point. But you know what, good stuff to Pazora. They're able to get 1 stock off, and really, you just need one to give yourself a bit of momentum in this kind of a format.
Yeah, as now playing a little bit safe. I mean, you've got to play safe, try and avoid any sort of trade damage, but because of that, I mean, J2G is happy to just rack up the percent every single time they get hit. Look at this. Pazora knows they can't go for any sort of extensions because you're just going to trade out and be into the disadvantage, but it doesn't matter because when your jump gets red like that, straight off the top, that'll be J2G finishing it off with 2 stocks still in the bank.
Yeah, that was confident, that was clean, that was quick. What I really like, I think that final up tilt from J2G was actually really, really telling of an important adaptation that they made, and it was Pazora. They wanted to space their moves really safely, which they did. A lot of retreating forwarders, a lot of retreating neutralers, and you can definitely make the most out of Yoshi's, like, stupidly good airspeed that way, right? Because he just zooms through the skies. But the biggest issue was that it was used over and over to the point that, all that J2G had to do was just run under and up tilt. J2G overshot the movement a little bit, did a good job of tracking Pozzola as they didn't mix up the landing. Sometimes you gotta hold forward, sometimes you gotta double jump with it, sometimes you gotta fast fall it, but you can't always rely on drifting away, because if it gets, no matter how safe something is, if you do it enough times, somebody's gonna know what you're doing and how to punish it.
Yeah, and another thing I've got to mention is how good it was J2G was avoiding all of the kill confirms that Yoshi did, because really, once you get past a certain percent, which Snake is very good at getting past percents, then you don't really have to worry about forward tilt anymore. Forward tilt really isn't going to connect it to anything, especially against Snake, who has a million mix-up options.
Oh, for sure. And also the biggest thing was J2G was playing out of shield. And the way that Pozzola chose to adapt to it was by going for a lot of grabs. In theory, yes, this is a good adaptation, but Yoshi does not have the kill throws or the, just anything like out of egg lay that can kill semi-consistently. The best way that you can try to pressure the shield as Yoshi is by just establishing just once that you have down B in your kit and going for the shield break. Just that, you just need it once so that your opponent gets a little bit too afraid to shield. Because on, coming from like J2G, they're totally safe sitting in shield. The worst that they get is like they get hit with a grab, they take a bit of percent. It's okay, they're still playing the game. They're managing the risk versus reward really, really well. I would have liked to see some more down Bs from Pozzola ultimately.
Yeah, and that down B, it can be a little scary. I've seen it get some serious mileage, especially online, but I feel like there is a lot of potential with the down B, especially against Snake. There are a lot of shield break setups against Snake when Snake shields on top of a grenade and doesn't expect you to hit such a massive damaging move, use the grenade to sort of chip away at Snake's own shield. How do you feel about that setup?
So I like what you have in mind. I'm trying to think about if it would actually like play out like that. I'm trying to think about like the interaction. Like Snakes typically want to turtle, right, with grenade like nearby, like on the ground, or maybe just in their hand, and then them shielding, and it's like bait for you to hit the shield, so that then the grenade explodes on you. Now I'm curious about if that's going to result in a trade, or if it's just going to be a shield break, or if it's going to combo into a shield break. That is not an interaction that I've seen enough times to confidently tell you how it's going to play out. But with that being said, our next player is in the arena. J2G, of course, is going to be still sticking with Snake. I'm curious to see, who Bugaboo is going to be going.
And a Snake with 2 stocks in a crew battle, honestly not terrible whatsoever. Snake isn't exactly a gets blown up character, at least not in the traditional sense. So, this could be a little tricky though, because Lucina is one character who can contest Snake's amazing recovery.
Yes, Lucina can contest Snake's recovery. Just go out there. Lucina is so floaty. She loves occupying your airspace. So J2G is going to have to play back, play away, play comfortably. Guess they're doing like a button check. Oh wait, I'm so sorry. My instincts.
Getting that one stock out of there. J2G did lose that one to Fedora, as now Bugaboo trying to slowly work their way under that platform where J2G's turtling, but now they get grabbed holding a grenade. That's going to be an easy 37%.
And I love J2G's attempt to try to get a follow-up off of the grenade. They had the right idea, but then the spacing was just a little bit off. But that kind of creativity and situational awareness is exactly what you need as a Snake to be able to optimize your damage output.
But attacking that grenade by accident right there, definite proof that Bugaboo needs to be wary about any whiffs, because if there's a grenade in the air, you're just going to get punished yourself, as now they're giving a lot of respect, maybe even a little too much respect, until they just run right in and snipe J2G with that forward smash. They're not going to get a 2-frame of any kind. But
that was just such a good, solid catch on J2G jumping back onto the stage. Now we're seeing J2G at a huge deficit right now. Only 2 stocks. They need to at least get one to try and, preserve this lead that SUNY Poly holds for themselves.
Yeah, J2G is playing this exactly as they should. The question is, when is Bugaboo gonna make the mistake? Because they're starting to get to the point where they're at the kill range, and there it is. Nice. Now you don't have to deal with that high percent, that rage killing you.
J2G right now is just trying to get like Bugaboo off of them, but Bugaboo just keeps on swinging so safely, pressuring the shield in so many different ways. God bless Snake up tilt. When that move just hits from behind, it looks so funny.
Yeah, no, a wide sweep of the leg right there as they go for the 2-frame, but the instant snap from Bugaboo is going to get them out of jail scot-free there. And holding center stage is going to do them favors. I mean, it's not going to save you from an up tilt, but as long as you're not too liberal with how you're jumping, you don't get red, you should be able to stick out this stock quite a bit longer.
Typically, going through these grenade trades in disadvantage as Snake is such an important tool to be able to reset the situation, but when you have such a huge deficit, both stock and percent-wise, sometimes it does more harm than good. And J2G needs to be a little bit more conservative with the usage on it sometimes. Has to find a way to be able to land off of the platform. This is such a nasty position to find yourself in.
And this delay shows Bugaboo is not going to let up the pressure. Look at this, J2G just can't get the hit in, and you can start to see the desperation come out a little bit. I like that downer off ledge, try and get the 2-frame, but it's not enough. Caught by that full rage forward smash. And Bugaboo evens it up 6 stocks to 6 right now, saving Fanshaw's bacon.
Bugaboo played that actually pretty beautifully. They held on to all of their stocks, and in a crew battle, that is the most that you can ask for. So you're making up a little bit for the deficit that you started out with. You've evened things back up, and suddenly all of that momentum that J2G had for themselves has suddenly dissipated. I thought J2G was playing really, really well, but then Bugaboo showed up. Their shield pressure was really solid. Their fundamentals were really, really solid as well, just catching jumps in the right places, perpetuating their advantage, knowing what makes Lucina so good, and that's juggling, and that's anti-airing, and that's catching people's landings. And Bugaboo was just able to push their game plan over and over. That was just clean and good Lucina play.
And I do have a question for you, because you had called out J2G for not going for as many grenade trades.
Yeah.
Does Lucina, with her disjoints, have a chance to just avoid those grenade trades altogether, and then you just do double damage to yourself?
So it depends, right? It's gonna be pretty interaction dependent. If we're talking about like grenade from disadvantage, so like Snake like being juggled and then just like pulling it out, hoping to trade with the opponent. If it's gonna be something like neutral, right, which is gonna be a multi-hitting move, then in that case you do risk actually getting hit by the grenade as well. But I also don't think the grenade hitbox, I don't think, as big as Lucina's disjoints are, I don't think they're big enough to avoid the explosion hitbox either, because the explosion hitbox, if you ever like seen like a visualization over it, is like pretty generous.
Yeah. And it's really hard to dodge that one. I mean, we saw J2G again. It kind of felt like, oh yeah, I was like a little weirded out there. I think this is Gip coming in here on the Link. Going to be going up against Bugaboo. Gip was a very accomplished player. Some just really clean ledge trapping. Link has a simple game plan, and Gip sticks to it. At least they did in the past. Actually, it's Hazard. Never mind. Same color as far as I can tell. No.
Yeah, so this is going to be a little bit interesting on such like an open stage like Town City. I feel like Link doesn't have like a lot of space under his head just to keep himself safe. So being careful of like jump ins is something that you always have to be like cognizant of, especially against Lucina.
Yeah, as right now, being caught by that Nair is going to make it a little bit harder. I mean, Hazard. Oh
wow.
No! Now right here, what's the setup? Going for just a fully charged shield break and giving yourself stage control. They want that gift right away, but the instant up B was actually pretty smart because you still had the bomb in hand. You had a tool to get back, even if you got 2-framed and you were saving your jump. Good awareness from Hazard.
Oh no, and such an unfortunate way to lose your stock. I do like the idea to go out there and try to counter Link's recovery, but it is something that you can pretty much do on reaction. The hitbox is pretty generous enough to the point that you don't always have to perfectly space your counter. So just follow Link a little bit and just try to get to where he is. That being said, Hazard has such a good lead for themselves right now. Just keeps on piling on the damage. The double neutral, such a good choice.
Yeah, those little taps, they hurt so much when they just interrupt any option, stuffing out what you want to do. Because Hazard is keeping their movement tricky in the air, making it hard for Lucina, the jump catcher, like you said, to really, well, catch any jumps. Look at this, just sitting in shield as Hazard drifts over them with the Nair out.
Yeah, both of them right now just starting to play this a little bit safely. Hazard did have the right idea with like a dashback boomerang, but Bugaboo did get their shield out in time for the run. So now they're both just trying to find that big opening. They're just kind of exchanging hits over and over right now.
And look at it's actually Hazard who's just taking space from Bugaboo again and again. Bugaboo is more on the defensive until they finally get Hazard on ledge, where they want to keep them until they get caught by that nair. On the platform, the tech chase doesn't lead to much for Hazard.
G2G on the ledge. I like the immediate double jump, but it is such a dangerous option. Landing with no double jump is so scary too, but then Bugaboo ended up misspacing themselves and losing to the neutral air. So, honestly, if I'm Hazard, I can just keep on swinging because Bugaboo has not found a solution to try to get in on that quite yet.
And we did see a lot of their kills. I think both of their kills against J2G earlier were just a Randy forward smash, a read. And if you're not able to get a consistent confirm, especially as the percents grow, that can be a little dicey. But the up out of shield might as well be a confirm right there, sending Hazard straight off the side.
Now just a nice quick out of shield option, going to be able to take it now. I do feel like Hazard is now starting to fish a little bit because all they want is that forward. Getting stuck on that platform is such a nasty position to be in, but did not end up getting stretchered away as Hazard jumps back to safety.
And some nice shield pressure right there with the Z-drop bomb and a nair, making Bugaboo question a little bit more before they go for any fast options. And up out of shield is a little more dicey to go for at low percents, as getting caught by the tip of that forward air is going to be your stock. Now it's going to be Hazard playing the lead again.
Oh, what a bomb. Such good awareness just to back up, wait for Bugaboo to whiff, and then be able to convert it off of the bomb throw. That was just nice, like awareness and, you know, just being quick on your feet as linking that kind of an instance. But yeah, just trying to set up a zone for yourself again. That was such a good Z-drop neutral to be able to convert it off of the boomerang. Now Hazard is finding the pace again.
Yeah, and now no more platforms either, so it's going to be harder to mix up these landings. That's good for Bugaboo, who has Hazard right above them. On the ledge now, they've got the bomb. Using to pressure them quite a bit, but they've run right into the jab, and now it's the tech chase for Hazard.
Hazard just waiting to find an opportunity to be able to get out of the corner. Bugaboo is fully intent on pressuring them, gets them off stage with an F-tilt, but beautiful bomb recovery to make it back safely. Going for up B against Lucina at a reactable range can be so scary because that counter is nothing to be messed around with.
Yeah, and
up.
Now the up out of shield beat out by the nair, and I mean, I don't know if it was going to kill. I don't know what hitbox that was anyway, but the soft hitbox is going to mean they're sticking onto the stock, and oh no! That was powerful right there, Dara. Woo.
Wow, that was... I'm not really sure about the DI on that, honestly, because even though Link's Florida is that strong, and it is town and city with very narrow horizontal blast zones, you know, sometimes it's like a little bit difficult, especially when you don't think something is going to kill you. So, yeah, it happens. That was really good stuff from Hazard. You know, even though there were like attempts, I believe, to play around a lot of falling forwarders from Link, I just feel like ultimately Bugaboo was not able to find the solution to that quite yet because Hazard kept on just full hopping, spacing themselves safely. I would have liked to see some more air to airs, some preemptive rising neutralers, some preemptive rising forwarders, just anything that you can do to swat Link out of the sky and punish them for jumping preemptively. It's difficult to catch it on landing when you get a retreat, when you get a space your hitboxes in such a way that you don't actually, you're not allowed to occupy that space. I would have liked to see some more catches a little bit earlier on.
Yeah, because, well, as you were saying, I feel like it's just so tough when you're not sure exactly what hitbox you're going to be jumping into. Because you did see them contest the rising hitboxes that Hazard was throwing out occasionally, but Bugaboo, more often than not, was actually losing these trades against hitboxes that didn't have any disjoint. Against Nair, they were just mistiming their moves out of shield just a tiny bit and getting caught.
Granted, it is Link neutral. It is the funny move that is active and wins into action. So basically, did exactly what it said on the tin. But yeah, with that being said, we are going to be jumping into potentially a final match of game number 1. So there's going to be a good amount of pressure being placed on AZ Tropical, if that is the tag, to be able to just to get this to be back and even again. Do they have like a 2-point lead right now?
Yeah, I believe so. They won with 2 stocks right there, and again, it's gonna be the Palu coming out right now. You see, this is a matchup I've actually seen because last year they went up against a triple Palu team, SUNY Poly, and well, they put up a decent fight. It was actually Hazard, I believe, who got a lot of the mileage. So 2 stocks to 3 is going to be a little tougher, but I've seen them do very well in this matchup online.
Yeah, this is a bit of an interesting one. This is one where Link has to play really patiently, really play out of shield quite a bit, and then make the most out of your advantage state. Double back heel into up B just to catch air dodge with no air dodge. That was honestly such good use out of your advantage state. And look at this ledge trapping right now. Just solid play from Hazard.
Hazard's punish game threatens so much off of every single stray hit they get. You know that if they connect a falling nair, you could be even up to 60%, which is not something you can say about most Link players. Is now that they have the lead, they can just play under the platform. They're down a stock, and well, even though you're down a stock, it's still easy to play like you're even, as the platform cancel isn't going to get you much mileage. Hazard was ready for that. Oh, and that was a very hard read. The spot dodge does save Hazard's life, though.
For sure. And honestly, I like some of the decisions that AZ Tropical's going for, some of the neutral, the reversal neutralize as well, but sometimes just the execution is not always there. Yeah, whiffing. Here's the thing about Palutena jumping. If she is facing towards you, her jumps are a lot more committal than people think, because as soon as she presses an aerial, she kind of has to stick with that momentum, she kind of has to go in that direction, and she doesn't like have the fastest, like, she doesn't have buttons with so little end lag that she can just like double jump and do it again, right? So if you know where she's going, you can dash in, try to bait her out, and try to whip punish her quite more consistently than some people think. And Hazard really buckled down on that with that up B.
Yeah, as now they're trying to make this an even game again, but you can see how AZ Tropical is really slowing the pace of the game down. Their slightly slower aerials were getting beat out a little bit. Okay, not going to give them the opportunity to whiff punish anymore because I'm not whiffing, I'm just spacing.
Hazard once again just hanging onto the second stock for dear life. That boomerang coming in so clutch and interrupting the startup of the explosive flame. I like the idea from Hazard to fast fall and try to punish that explosive flame, but Link's air speed is abysmal and was not enough with the fast fall to get past the explosive flame.
And that was a nice rhythmic ledge trap that AZ Tropical had set up there, but J2G was able to find, or Hazard able to find the way through it eventually. Now they're going to be up against it again, but having that bomb there might have actually been worse for AZ Tropical, as now it's reversal.
Oh, AZ Tropical trying to go for it, like a teleport, cancel down, or a neutral. I like the attempt just to threaten them, but when they realized they didn't have enough time, they did back off. But wow, what an up smash to be able to take that stock.
Yeah, Hazard did not come to play games today. Ooh, caught by the fair, but Hazard isn't able to deliver any of their signature punishes. But they are able to zone out, controlling that top platform perfectly, taking that resource away from Palutena. They're on the ledge now. Try to go for a roll behind grab.
I really like the drag down nail into forward throw, but traditionally after the drag down nail, your follow up would try to be up tilt. Because that is a semi-consistent kill confirm, can be SDI'd, but typically speaking it is, you know, your most solid way to kill at high percent. So that being said, really good up air juggle, just catching Hazard landing. That's going to be both of them on their last stock. But what you need to remember is that SUNY Poly still has one more player left in the tank, so the pressure is on for AZ Tropical.
They might not even have to hold on with that pressure. It's looking like Hazard is on course to right this wrong right now. Trolling under that platform, pressuring the shield again with the nair as AZ Tropical has learned how hard it is to contest that. Now you're on the ledge against Hazard, but you're able to get off, and look at that, just running right to safety. No attempt at a reversal. You just go back in, reset the neutral, then win it.
AZ Tropical just displayed something so important as Palutena, and that's sometimes just jumping and threatening with your movement. They're able to jump in, beta directional air dodge, and almost had a huge and beautiful punish. But speaking of big and beautiful punishes, that up B out of shield is going to be enough to seal the stock and the game as a result, with SUNY Poly taking game number 1.
Yeah, that close to the ledge, there was nothing that they could do right there. That wasn't like earlier with questionable DI. That was just... There's not a lot you can do.
Yeah.
Like you said, Palu's moves are very safe. Obviously, she's one of the best in the game, but they're not so safe that if you don't space them correctly, you're not going to get whiff punished, especially when you're against Link.
Yeah, at the end of the day, there is still a good amount of individuality and technical execution relied upon making your moves safe. Are you able to retreat? Are you able to fast fall this properly before you land it? Because something you have to always remember, the later you hit it relative like to the shield and the further away you are, the safer it is as a general rule of thumb, right? So what happened there, AZ Tropical maybe got, they started swinging a little bit too soon. They hit the top of Link's shield, and that's exactly what I mean about like Palutena not having too many mix-ups after. If she commits to an aerial, she is going to be falling after. They're all active. They have enough end lag to the point that she does not have another double jump afterwards. And you know what? Hazard just sat there, sat in shield, waited for that opening, and was able to find a kill as a result. So you gotta be like really, really patient and precise with very small interactions like that, so you don't get up B.
And the thing I find about moves like up B, which are a very good punish but leave you open to being punished yourself, is you've just when it's working, people will just stick to it until you prove that you can space correctly and you're going to get in and get a huge punish off of just throwing out that move willy-nilly. All you need is one good spacing, one good interaction where you show, hey, I'm not going to let you get away from this with this for free, you know?
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, with that being said, we are going to be going into the next crew battle, I believe. I really liked what I've been seeing from both of these schools thus far. I'm curious to see who Poly SUNY still has left, you know, in the roster, and how, you know, and how they play. J2G, J2Z and Hazard, I feel like they're both really similar in the sense that their keep away game is really strong. They're both really creative with their follow-ups off of their unique projectiles, be it grenade or, you know, bomb respectively. What we've seen so far is just really good, solid keep away play.
Yeah, I agree. And I really think, like, sometimes you want to reserve anchors like Hazard, though. Is Hazard even the anchor? Because they came out second, and sometimes you'll throw out the anchor just as a curveball to give yourself a lead, but the fact that Hazard was not the anchor means to me that maybe SUNY Poly has some more up their sleeve, and I'm curious what that's going to be, but either way, I feel like Hazard would be a really good matchup against the slower, patient style of J2G. As we saw, they were able to get the clean lead off of them. I don't know. Like, you can change the order you send people out in a crew battle. Like, normally you don't get to adapt after a crew battle. It's just over. But this is more like a set.
Yeah, for sure. What I've seen from Fanshawe University so far, I really like some of the ideas and concepts, but there are just some parts of execution that I feel like, you know, even on like the smallest things, not being able to get as much damage out of, you know, early percent neutral as Palutena can be so pivotal to the rest of the game because then you're forced making up that damage in other ways. So we saw like AZ Tropical, for instance, going for a neutral, on Battlefield going for reverse neutral as a way to extend and carry to the top platform. They had the right idea, but then slightly flubbed on the execution. Similarly, I feel like with the Yoshi that we saw in the first match, you know, we saw like a lot of really, really good ideas of how to punish, you know, somebody shield camping you, but maybe not always committing to like the hard read, the hard punish that you need every now and then to establish that you can punish and kill somebody through this.
Yeah, certainly. As we are going to see a little bit of adaptation coming out here and now. And I do think, especially if you have another setup right by where you're playing, you have time to sort of work out those little executional errors. Like, all you need to do is just chuck a snake CPU in and just practice making sure you hit that up tilt, you get the up air. It's a kill, as Yoshi. Like, you get that down throw, it's not completely true, but it'll hit quite often. You get the kill. You can
sometimes jump and create a pseudo 50-50. It's like, you know, Sonic with like up throw, up air. You know, you can just sort of jump at them if they air dodge. You can try to wait and up air. If they don't air dodge, you can try to immediately up air. You can create, you know, a bit of 50-50 for yourself. But with that being said, we are going to be seeing the same match once again. J2G going up against Pazzola, but this time on Smashville. How do you feel about the stage choice?
Ooh, I like it. It kind of chokes out Snake, and, well, not with down throw at least, as Zora immediately eats a grenade, but you do have Snake at ledge. Not gonna be caught. Oh, I say that. They jump right into that down air, and it looks like they threw out an aerial too, so they're not gonna get the armor. I do like trying to keep them above though.
Yeah, J2G did something really creative and clever. They went above the ledge in the same spacing that you would try to snap onto the ledge. It's really difficult to try to decide in the moment, like, wait, he's going for a high recovery, they're going to be going through some sort of a fancy mix-up as they try to land. I just think that was an interesting option from J2G that Pazorga was not ready for in the moment.
I like that tech chase, though, from Pazora, and you can see it kind of the same song and dance as the last game. Some... well, rather even early percents, but once you get to the later percents, J2G took the advantage. Oh, that was a panic air dodge if I've ever seen one, and it paid off, avoiding that.
Who gets the backfield now, trying to get the chase down with Nikita, and Pazorga, you know, good awareness to shield in time, even though the Nikita went above the platform. Pazorga just looking for any way that they can to... I think that was a misinputted, like, B-Rivers egg layer or something. I like the idea nonetheless, but they need to find a way to close out these stocks and finish chewing their food.
Yeah, the fair is going to give them stage advantage for the time being, but they're going to whiff the up smash. I like that. The immediate shield afterwards, you know the punish is coming in. But J2G was expecting an aggressive option, so they went for the nair. Now, though, sent off stage. J2G. Again, Pazora not going off stage whatsoever. Going for the... whoa, very hard read right there, as that dancing is going to get you thrown off.
Yeah, and also, once again, always important to remember just how heavy Yoshi is. Oh, and wow, what a down smash as well. I like the down smash as like a way of, hey, I don't know if you're going to cross me up. I'm not too confident in your goal distance, but I can still kill you anyways. Beautiful up tilt, classic from J2G, closing that stock out. Something I've noticed from Pazora, I don't know why, but I have not seen them go through back heel at all. Drag down back heel, rising back heel in any form is such a powerful and safe tool for Yoshi.
I did see them try to use it as a kill option a lot in game 1, and it did get stuffed out. So J2G obviously ready for that option, but if your mix-up gets called out and you don't use it at all afterwards, well, then that's just a winning interaction off of them, as J2G is going to be playing around this platform, but Pazora just keeps taking away the underside of it from them.
Oh, Pazora played that so well. Okay, there is a very specific interaction that I really wanted to note there, and it was that Pazora missed the back heel the first time, and then the next out-of-platform option was a B-reverse egg lay. And establishing those two options is such a scary, once again, like pseudo 50-50 that you can, you know, like establish, because you have your egg lay covering, you know, people sitting in shield, you have your back heel, which can pressure people's shield, and similarly catch them on the startup of spot dodge and goals, and any out-of-shield options and buttons and jumps. So just by trying to alternate between the two, you can really put your opponent to a lot of nasty positions.
Ooh, but that attempt at a ledge trap is a rather nasty position in and of itself, as Pazora is going to lose the stock for, but obviously a much more even game than previously. And with the forward sending them off stage, a chance, maybe.
So just trying to catch a landing, maybe not fully tracking where J2G was going, slowly trying to, you know, slow down the pace of the game by throwing out a couple of eggs. I like the idea, but you have to space yourself so safely to do it, and wow. Why is Snake that heavy? Why is he so heavy?
So heavy. He's got all the grenades in his pocket, Dara, and he's not giving up any of them or the stock right here. Because, again, Pazora is forced to just give up so much stage control to avoid taking any chip damage, because at this percent, you really don't want to be caught by that. Avoid it for now.
So playing so patiently, once again gets that egg lay, but look, is not able to find a big follow-up afterwards. Just immediately goes for the jab. Might have been a misinput neutrally, but either way, not taking too much damage, and closing out the stock. So this is the closest match we've seen thus far.
Yeah, as now Dash Tech is going to send Pazora off, but again, mixing up your recovery, it's good. But Yoshi does have to be careful. Oh, I love that. Went for the drag down back air like you called out. Now, they're just playing this ground game impeccably. Never going too far away until they need to contest the options. But being caught by both hits of that up smash and the Nikita, they're able to save their jump, get back to stage. So right now, J2G has amazing positioning over Pazora.
Some of Pazora's jump ins are now being severely called out, but what a down tilt as well, because you can still whiff it and then up tilt on reaction, or is that an F tilt? Either way, that was really, really good, just like decision making, but catching the air dodge all the way in. Pazora not able to air dodge to safety as F smash just obliterates them.
Yeah. that F smash was really good. I mean, again, Snake does have, quote, safer options, but either way, they had noticed every single time they throw out that up smash, Pazora has tried to air dodge through it or away from it. Well, if they air dodge away, you're not going to get punished for the F smash. If they air dodge towards it, well, you saw how that went out.
The goal is ultimately, like, I feel like a lot of Smash and a lot of disadvantage options, it's always going to be guessing between preemptive and reactive options, right? Sometimes there are a lot of things in this game that are unreactable because of your position, because of the lag that you're in, for a multitude of reasons. There are sometimes buttons that are just fast enough that you can't. But with something like F Smash, it is such a huge telegraphed button. This is when you catch your opponent preemptively committing to defensive options, right? So when somebody is preemptively immediately double jumping and air dodging and pressing all these buttons trying to maneuver themselves to safety, all that you need is one shift in tempo when you stop trying to reactively punish them and just sit there and wait. All you do is just sit there and wait. You wait for them to press that button, and then suddenly you're able to kill them. And it's a very fine line, you know, of knowing like when to slow down, when to start picking up the pace with your button presses. That's what makes Smash Bros. Hard. It's not an easy game.
Not at all. And we're going from one formerly dominant matchup to another, as remember, Bugaboo took 2 stocks uncontested against J2G, but then J2G also took 3 uncontested, more or less, from Pazora. So if Pazora cleaned up their game plan, we'll see how J2G does against Bugaboo, as they really weren't able to find any ways to finish off the Lucina previously.
Yeah, the biggest thing in this matchup, I feel like J2G was opting for a lot of grenade pulls, once again in disadvantageous positions, where they ended up doing more harm than good to themselves. And then I just feel like Bugaboo's shield pressure was impeccable, swinging a whole bunch down tilts, forwarders, just making it as difficult as possible for J2G to play Snake, which is, hey, I want room, I want to be at mid-range, where I can dash attack you, I want to be at long distance, where I can pull grenades safely, I want to be landing with my B reverses and C4s, and Bugaboo just denied all of that with their play, so I'm curious to see how J2G does this time around.
Yeah, and just another even stage battlefield. We saw Bugaboo actually kind of struggle on this stage against the Link, but, well, I'm not sure how much more mileage, like, I don't know. I don't know if J2G is going to have the same control of the platforms, though. Like I said, I do like putting the C4 on the platform immediately. It gives you so much space control.
Yeah, especially if you play back at, like, you know, the part of the stage that's a little bit closer to the ledge, it can make it really, really difficult for Bugaboo to jump in. You're always going to make them second-guess their approaches, just like that. And now look what position J2G has for themselves. Bugaboo stuck in the corner, has to find a way to get off the ledge, dashing in and out, maybe trying to catch Bugaboo locked in shield, but then they quickly break out of it and jump to safety.
Yeah, as they now playing under this platform. Ooh, nice parry right there. Tries to get the tech chase, but a little late with that up air. But either way, J2G playing this one stock that they have to perfection. They've got Bugaboo off stage. No even attempt at Nikita, because you want to set up that ledge trapping the up smash.
Look at the
some
coverage.
mileage. Yeah,
Look
it's
at all
no
this
true
coverage.
combo, but it gets them above.
If you have a grenade covering platform and down smash covering, you know, below the platform, and then you still have, you know, enough time to throw out a down tilt, there's so little that Bugaboo can do. And what a perfectly timed up B, just barely getting past such a brutal Nikita.
Yeah, and now that up tilt, that lag is going to make you so vulnerable as J2G does find the kill, extending the lead for their team, even with this one stock they're given.
Ooh, down tilting there, actually, you know what, crouch canceling, you know, to some people's surprise, does exist in Ultimate. It has like a 0.85 knockback multiplier. Doesn't happen particularly often, but as a result, J2G didn't go super far. It's a completely small and honestly useless interaction, but I just thought it'd been cool to point out.
Yeah, definitely is now. That forward smash at ledge is becoming a bit of a pattern from J2G, but it's not enough of one that's going to get punished too hard unless I eat my words.
Here's the thing, especially in a crew battle, I don't mind it, especially when the name of the game is, hey, I need to take the stock now. So rolling for greed sometimes is honestly not that bad of an idea, because you never know. You could just get a guess on your opponent's ledge option. I like J2G's patience with grenade on the shield, once again just barely living that neutraler, and can't up B in Lucina's airspace. I like the idea to try to recover high, to try to, you know, avoid the ledge, which is what Lucina's really good at, but you can also swat away the opponent at a moment's notice.
Yeah, and you talked about J2G's patience, but Bugaboo's patience as well. We've got to commend it, because time after time, it felt like they would just drift up, and like you say, Lucina is so floaty. They can threaten so much airspace for so long, so they just sit. You're in the shield above them. There's no shield dropping. You just sit and wait, and they eventually do the up air, and that's exactly what they do. They just make it very unclear when you should do your out of shield option, and we saw it when they were recovering too, how they just floated out there and waited for them to drift into the forward air range.
For sure. So I like the idea to mix it up, but you need to know the ranges where you are in a position where your opponent really can't threaten you when you try to go for a high recovery, and you need to know where they can. Doing that right in Lucina's face, typically speaking, not necessarily the best idea. But either way, well played from J2G. They were able to get a stock, still hold on to a lead for SUNY, and that means the next player from SUNY, somebody whom we haven't seen before, is going to be Super.
Yeah, I am actually kind of curious, because Supa is not a player from last year. We don't know a lot about them, but Bugaboo on Lucina, well, that's as good as option coverage as you can really ask for in terms of matchups, you know?
Lucina's solid. It's nice to have a top tier of the characters that you play, because it's like, wow, no matter who you play, I have the confidence that I am not going into an unwinnable matchup. That's why top tiers are top tiers, because they're good and they're solid. And Lucina, honestly, even though she might not necessarily have the most, like, I want to say, like, severely winning matchups, she is pretty much solid all around the board because of the nature of her design. So a very solid counter pick character to have, a very solid pocket to have. Considering Supa's profile picture, we might be seeing a Joku, but who knows, might be the mix-up.
Yeah, I mean, we can speculate based off profile pictures all we want, but either way, actually, hold on, J2G was repping the Metal Snake, so maybe, but either way, I feel like what you were saying about top tiers is just such a good explanation, because a lot of people think, well, my character does have 0 to deaths on every heavy in the game, so like, maybe they do have a secretly really good punish game if you just optimize all the way. But the thing about top tiers is consistency, not just pure peaks. And I feel like Lucina, out of all the top tiers, emphasizes that the most.
Yeah, but it's not going to be Joker, it's going to be Wolf.
Yeah.
Man. Gets you every time. Listen, I'm not much better. I have a KK slider profile picture for my that's my arena icon, and then I don't play villager, I play Ness. I'm like, well, that got you good, bud. So yeah, Bugaboo's gonna be SDing the first stock here. It's gonna be 3-2, and honestly, Wolf against Lucina, this is pretty solid for Wolf. You have phenomenal jump-ins, you can pressure with laser, you can slow it down, you have all the airspeed you need to maneuver around Lucina, and look at this lead that Supa has already amassed.
Yeah, playing the ground game that Wolf has so well, foxtrotting around in the corner, but not really giving up too much space, because they're always threatening an option. I love that landing there, retreating, catching Bugaboo on the dash in, and knocking them just a bit too far away to recover. That
back heel sent at a nasty angle, and already only at 32%, with one down throw, one laser. Supa's going to attain basically an unmatchable lead for themselves. That neutrality was so important, it set up the percent range for the down throw dash attack. Wow, Supa's playing phenomenally well.
Yeah, is Bugaboo now playing around the center stage. These aerials are not spaced the best. Supa might start to catch on to that, as right now, I love the movement in the corner. Just threatening stuff with short hops, but never approaching until it's ready for the dash in.
Look how fast Wolf is. Look how fast he zooms through the skies. Look how quickly from across the stage, Supa's just able to get these callouts on the jumps. Great catch using F-tilt on a mistech, but beautiful spacing on the recovery as well. Just able to get the shark.
Ooh, and I love that bit of adaptation right there. You got hit by the uppie once, spacing your forward tilt correctly the next time to avoid it. Is Supa looking to possibly get the 3 stock right now? Definitely.
Those dash-ins and dash-backs are so threatening. It's not often that you can like confidently dash dance in this game, but when you do get it off, you can just make your opponent so scared of you.
It's Bugaboo now. They don't want to give. They need to at least give their next player an advantage, because otherwise, oh no, it could be dire. And there it is. There's a stock. And you are at full rage, so maybe some crazy options could get you some mileage. But either way, you've done your part as best you can.
Now look what Bugaboo is opting to do. Less rising aerials, much more walking and dashing and shielding. I won't be surprised from Super if we see the adaptation just go for it, like a tomahawk grab, a dash grab, and there it is. There it is. You walk up, you grab your opponent for shielding, and now look at that. You're stuck in the ledge, you're stuck in a corner, you get grabbed again for the same exact habit, finding yourself off stage. Wow, Super kind of has this on lock.
And those pummels just racking up the percent, 177 right now. A strong hit of Nair even will kill, I think, as that's exactly what Supa went for, but wasn't quite properly spaced for it. Pushed back a little bit, and the up he had a shield. I mean, obviously not going to kill, but it does just give you space advantage. Oh, you've got Supa off stage. There's a possibility right here, but you're not going to hit with the up B hitbox.
Supa just needs one more good, clean hit to be able to get it, and there it is with dash attack. God, I'm such a good commentator. Supa taking it pretty cleanly with 2 stocks to the name. So I think, honestly, Supa just gave us a little bit of a masterclass on Wolf of how to deal with, you know, a Lucina in general, but also about how to adapt and how to, like, change your game plan over the course of a set. Supa's jump-ins were solid. Supa was able to get the most out of, you know, the damage output. A lot of neutralizers, down throws, and dash attacks. They were able to get hits that mattered, and very importantly, they adapted twice. The first big one was being able to get the jump callouts. The jump callouts that you need on Bugaboo. Led to a lot of rising back healers, a lot of rising forwarders, especially on Town and City, where you can convert off of the middle platform. Those were so huge. And then the second thing, when Bugaboo did decide to slow it down and start dashing and shielding, it was a good idea, but that was the only thing that Bugaboo was going for. Walk, shield, dash, shield, walk, maybe walk back, dash up, and then shield again. They didn't establish any jumps in the slightest. Playing it safe like that, once again, although it is technically safe, as soon as Supa did get a lead on it, all that they needed to do was walk up slowly and grab you. It was just to be able to get a tomahawk, just to jump in on you and be able to grab you. So you have to make sure that you're constantly mixing up your play and your movement so that your opponent isn't, like, constantly winning these interactions.
And what we saw again with all those grabs, you remember the end of that last stock? It was like 4 grabs in a row, but they didn't get too greedy off of it. When they threw them off stage, they didn't jump off after Lucina when you could get gimped with an up B hitbox. Instead, they just waited, let them choose an option alpha ledge, and then punish Bugaboo with another grab until they were finally able to get the kill with the dash attack.
There is a saying, I believe it stems from some player in Smash 4. I would not be able to tell you who it was, for that not even I know. But it's something like, if you're getting grabbed a lot, you're losing. Your opponent has already basically won. Because a grab in a game like Smash is a commitment. They're laggy, they're not particularly big. Barely anybody in this game has a grab that is both quick and big. Right? So if somebody's consistently getting grabs on you over and over, that means what? They have a read on your positioning, they know how you're going to move, they know your defensive options, and I feel like Supa just, you know, exemplified this concept so well. With that being said, we are going to be seeing Supa going up against AZ Tropical for potentially the final match between the two, but we're not seeing Palu, but rather Ken this time.
Yeah, perhaps just betting it all on the pony. I mean, obviously no data on this, Ken, but I do like this matchup. We saw how much Supa was playing the ground game. Ken is definitely a character who can contest in that ground game.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Just so much shield pressure that you can apply to Wolf, especially that's a Wolf off stage with no double jump. I would have loved to see AZ Tropical just to get down there with, like, a neutral or a forward or anything. That is the recognition that you need to have. It's like, hey, this is Wolf off stage with no double jump. He's a sitting duck. He's as good as dead.
Yeah, but AZ Tropical not able to fully commit as now on Yoshi's. Ooh, actually, I just realized we're on Yoshi's. This is going to be a very early kill if you're able to get that, but not quite the correct spacing or the input. That's going to mean AZ Tropical dropping the punish a bit, but there's the kill confirmed. At only 80%, you're out of here. That's the power of Yoshi's.
And speaking at only percentages, AZ Tropical sitting at only 55, already evening it back up. 44 gets the F tilt, and now Supa finds themselves off stage from such a dominating match the last time around. AZ Tropical just getting so much mileage already. They can even this up quickly. And alright. So they're going to be at a slight deficit no matter what. That was an unfortunate focus. But you know what? AZ Tropical is still playing this so well.
Yeah, but those are some nice bread and butters just chasing you all the way across the stage. The out of shield option, though, isn't going to be enough. 102%. Another one of those will kill. Some nice shield pressure right there. You can't hold it too long against Ken. Right now, you're going to whiff the up B, but still staying alive. Super just making you a little uncomfortable, making you sweat with these lasers, and that's a nice opening right there.
Yeah, really nice opening, a bit of damage, and now AZ Tropical just trying to find a bit of footing for themselves, dashing and shielding, waiting for Super to try to find like a stray hit here and there. I don't really know what happened in that situation, but you know what? So be it.
Woo! Yeah. And then there's the down tilt shield pressure. If you hold it too long, the shield breaks. If you drop it the wrong way, well, that's your stock. And that's exactly what AZ Tropical was playing around. Honestly, I mean, I don't want to call it out too much. A decent bit better than their Palu, at least in that player and character matchup in particular. They might have a shot right here at getting us to a third crew battle.
Yeah, for sure. This is going to be a third match between the two. There is, of course, the potential for a Game 3, as you said. Something that I feel like worked against Super was the fact that they did not have space. That is something that they loved having against Bugaboo, right? Against Lucina, you want space to dash back on Town and City. You get to jump between platforms. You're having a good time. On Yoshi's, that is cramped. It is small. It is such an enclosed space, and Ken is rushing you down. Down tilt, down tilt, down tilt, side B, up tilts, up Bs. It's like, it's suffocating almost. And AZ Tropical just was able to push, you know, that kind of pressure onto Super so well.
Yeah, but we might be seeing why they didn't go for the Ken previously, as they're gonna go up against Hazard's Link, presumably. There might be some more players hidden on this roster, but based off how Hazard was playing, I can't imagine you'd switch it up now. Hazard is gonna get the opportunity to control the stage a lot more than Wolf does. I mean, it was great controlling with movement and threatening options that we did see Super have. However, it is just pressure. And even though you are threatening things, if you don't always follow up on those threats, then you can find ways to get around them, as we saw with the approaches from AZ Tropical a lot of the time. Against Link, there is going to be some serious actual control, and Hazard proved that even off of one boomerang, even after one bong ping-pong combo, they're going to be getting a lot of percent. The punish game is there.
Yeah, the punish game is there, but also think about what Link's game plan is. His entire thing is, hey, I like keeping you away. I like boomerangs, I like arrows, I like bombs, I like my nice delicious disjoints. You know what Ken likes? He likes jump-ins. This is exactly what Link is built to prevent from happening, right? And especially on a stage like PS2, where you have so much space, the challenge is on for AZ Tropical to try and break the space.
Fanshaw now, all their hopes rest on these two stocks from AZ Tropical, as you've got to get a good clean opening. Ken, he's able to land these 0 to deaths. Could get a nice shot, but only getting caught by the one hit of the boomerang right there is going to save you from any bigger punish. Right now the lead solidly in AZ Tropical's hands if you're able to play the percents.
I love the idea that AZ Tropical tried to do to try and get that extension. That returning boomerang is going to be so big, but J2G not spacing themselves safely enough to avoid the side B. Releasing your shielder or getting your shield poked is exactly the choice that you need, because that is a big vibe check, as it is a shield break, but what an anti-hit.
Yeah, now sent off the top. It's more or less an even game if Ken lands one down tilt, but the boomerang actually interrupts the combo. Either way, though, or Hazard having a hard time setting up anything. I haven't seen anything but stray hits from them.
Gotta say, AZ Tropical is so clutch for their team right now. Look at all this momentum that they're bringing on. J2G just not able to get too much of the game plan out, right? But really good tech chase there. Got Ken off stage. Now how can you ledge trap him?
Ooh, a lot of respect to Ken's options, though. And the bomb straight off stage is going to catch that side B so well. The air dodge to ledge, though, is a mix-up that AZ Tropical was able to use to get just a little more mileage, but they've already taken like 50-60% off stage. Now you're in a tech chase situation. Oh, that lingering hitbox of the boomerang gonna put you on ledge again. Hazard hasn't dropped advantage state for so long, and they're gonna convert it into a kill.
Yeah, no, Hazard just backed up a little bit, just waited and followed AZ Tropical, showed them so well, and found that up tilt. Gets another down to the up tilt, backs up, maybe just seeing if we'll get an air dodge out, and if not, you know what, you can still back up and get a boomerang out in time. Now AZ Tropical, all of that momentum that they had for themselves from that first stock is dissipating. I lied.
Oh,
I
the
lied
boomerang
again.
interrupting it, but the second anti-air is gonna catch it.
I lied twice. I lied like 3 times in total. I was like, yo, AZ Tropical, all the momentum is getting dissipated. They got the upbeat. I was like, oh, never mind. They evened it up. They got interrupted. And I was like, I was right the first time. And then they ended up still finding the upbeat. So, you know what? Kudos to them. They got me to shut up a little bit. I'm a little bit upset.
This is very doable right now for either one of them. The kill confirms are there, but you're off stage. We saw how much Hazard got from this last time. But catching the bomb means you can't use it. Now you're above Ken, but that just rising forward air isn't going to be enough to really pressure the shield. Hazard playing the range game perfectly. If they're able to get this stock, they win the crew battle on the forward air. It's going to do it. Not quite instant side B. Gets you back on, but you're up against the ledge trap again. What's the option? How you going to go? Neutral get up into shield. Not going to go punish.
Look how patient AZ Tropical was from the ledge as well. All they need is one falling aerial. They need one down tilt, and I'm confident that they can find this kill. But unfortunate, they kept on opting to go for the down tilts on shield. So there's a very specific interaction here that I do want to talk about. It's that, you know, Ken down tilt, and a lot of characters that do have down tilts like that, that's like, hey, this is a safe poking tool that I can kind of repeat over and over. A key thing that you need to remember is that things get stale over time, right? And down tilts becomes less and less safe with each iteration. So after a certain time, you know, your down tilt won't necessarily beat out an up B. An up B will be able to get there before your next down tilt, or maybe sometimes you just delay it accidentally. But with that being stuff, with that being said, beautiful stuff to Pauly SUNY for being able to take it out with, you know, a solid 2-0. I don't want to say a super confident one because AZ Tropical at the end there was putting in the work. They were mixing so hard.
Yeah, definitely showed their gumption, though. I called out how they weren't really adapting as fast as they should last year in their matchup against NJCU. Well, they really pulled up their boots this time. They had a curveball thrown at them. A player they had done really well previously against came out with a counter pick that they were not ready for, but they were still able to clean it up in the end, maybe by the skin of their teeth, but they still cleaned it up. They still finished it off, and that is why SUNY Poly is gonna get the 2-0, moving on 4-0 in the bracket and giving the first loss over to Fanchuan. But either way, a really good week 4 match, and SUNY Poly definitely a team to keep your eye on in the future of the ECAC season. But for now, that's all we've got for you tonight. I have been Keela Miles, casting with Dara. Be sure to follow all of the ECAC social media and ours, of course, Dara.
Oh, yeah, for sure. If you're not following ECAC Esports and other social media, you should go ahead and do so. You should follow our lovely producer, Coltoon2000, at Coltoon2000 on Twitter. You can find Kilomiles at KiloMilesGG and me at Durham Galia. But with that being said, we are going to be doing an interview before we do close out. So we're going to be interviewing the Pauly SUNY team. I don't know which players, but we'll cut to a quick break in the meantime as we wait for them to jump in. So don't go anywhere quite yet.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
That is comfortable.
Y'all think too small, I got big dreams. You just starting, I'm way ahead at the end scenes. Started reading and dodging all of the quick schemes. Money like your Spotify, boy, I got 10 streams. And I'm still looking for more. My people, they got a soar, I'm putting that on the Lord. Ain't accepting, ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, if I ask for it, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids and for their kids, just kids. That's wealth years and years. Promise my brother soon as he out and finish this bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big, jobs that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the grind on the cars is real big. I gotta do it big, the only way that I can live. And I promise I'm trying to. Before you count me out, homie, let me remind you. They was blocking the shine, now I think it's my time to. Counting them dollar signs like lights, they'll blind you. Let me rewind to back when I was broke and I couldn't acquire 2 cents. And now I got 2 rents. They was sleeping on me, homie, must have got too big. Call my phone, I be like, who this? Damn right, hell yeah, I'm brand new. Smell like can too. I'm fresh forever like canned food. Try and tell me what I can't do. I wanna see the world, my vision on Shamu. That mean I got goals that's real big, foes that's real big. Your offer too little, sorry, my soul is real big. Coming into the ring with blows that's real big. I gotta do it big, that's the only way I can live.
What will you like today? Another Cloud 2 classic?
I'll stick with the usual. Maybe take a little bit off the sides.
Oh, that's fresh.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
Hey, watch your head.
What sound experience would you like today?
I'll have the fantasy pack.
Good choice.
And could you make it a Cloud 2 wireless?
On his way, sir.
Sounds amazing!
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
Ain't accepting, ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, if I ask for it, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids and for their kids, it's kids. That's wealth years and years. Promise my brother soon as he out and finish this bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big, jobs that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the grind on the cars is real big. I gotta do it big, the only way that I can live.
Hey man, I just can't find a comfortable headset. I mean, I've tried everything. Literally everything.
Sheesh, my brother. I got you.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
That is comfortable.
Y'all think too small, I got big dreams. You just starting, I'm way ahead at the end scenes. Started reading and dodging all of the quick schemes. Money like your Spotify, boy, I got 10 streams. And I'm still looking for more. My people, they got a soar, I'm putting that on the Lord. Ain't accepting, ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, if I ask for it, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids and for their kids, it's kids. That's wealth years and years. Promise my brother soon as he out and finish this bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big, jobs that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the grind on the cars is real big. I gotta do it big, the only way that I can live. And I promise I'm trying to. Before you count me out, homie, let me remind you. They was blocking the shine, now I think it's my time to. Counting them dollar signs like lights, they'll blind you. Let me rewind to. Back when I was broke and I couldn't acquire 2 cents, and now I got 2 rents. They was sleeping on me, homie, must have got too big. Call my phone, I be like, who this? Damn right, hell yeah, I'm brand new. Smell like can too. I'm fresh forever like canned food. Try and tell me what I can't do. I wanna see the world, my vision on Shamu. That mean I got goals that's real big, foes that's real big. Y'all offer too little, sorry, my soul is real big. Coming into the ring with blows that's real big. I gotta do it big, that's the only way I can live.
What will you like today? Another Cloud 2 classic?
I'll stick with the usual. Maybe take a little bit off the sides.
Oh, that's fresh.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
Hey, watch your head.
What sound experience?
Welcome back, everybody, to ECAC Week 4, where we just had SUNY Poly take it 2-0 over Fanchua, and right now we have an interview with representatives, plural. We've got Hazard and J2G here on the same camera because they are actually roommates. How you doing, you two?
I'm doing pretty good. You guys have an echo, by the way. Sora comes out. Yeah. I'm hyped.
Yeah, I'm doing well myself. We're all here celebrating a nice win. It's good to get an interview. It's nice to have the attention for once.
Nice, awesome. So I'm a little bit new to this entire league and everything that's going on. I know that you guys did this also last year. Something I want to ask about is if there are any other players in some of the other schools that you guys are a little bit worried about, or are you guys pretty confident this time around?
All right, so
You can answer that.
yeah, so we've mainly been a playoff team every year, and all of our losses have been pretty close. Although there are a few players, mainly at the top, Hydra. I don't remember what the name of their teams, but there's some pretty solid players in this league that are actually PGR or they compete at majors. So.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, no, definitely some heavy hitters out there. I do remember. You all did put up a really good fight, like you said. It always felt like you were just slightly underneath, like players like Hydra. But you put up such a good fight last year. So after all the improvement, do you think you're ready for those matchups?
Well, yeah. So this year we had a pretty good turnout with our freshmen. As you can see, Supa is one of our newest members. He's a freshman. He's pretty good. He was the Wolf player.
Yeah.
And we all been improving over the COVID break. So, I hope that all translates to a big win.
Not only that, you got the out of here. So we always try to improve. He always pushes me, even when I got my head down. But without him, none of this is possible. Like all 4 of the players on our roster, it's just we all try to work with each other. Like we try to grind. We try to just get better.
So I was actually, you already answered my next question for me. I was gonna ask about like what's like the biggest sort of severe improvement. What have you guys been doing? But in addition, to your coach, right? Like what else have you guys specifically been doing to get better since last season?
Well, we've been doing VOD reviews. It's nice to have a 4th member as a sub. We could always bring it in as our trump card. We also have Bennett, who's also a really good Lucas, if you guys remember him.
Ketchup. Yep.
Yeah, so, we've been doing that. We've just been cleaning up our gameplay, trying to get hit by stuff we shouldn't get hit by. Working on versus the good players, working more on the deeper neutral aspects of the game. And also our punishes, that's one of the biggest things that separates average from good to elite. So gotta know our combos, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah, and I could see that practice paying off. But I actually have a question for J2G about this whole arrangement we're seeing on camera right now. J2G, what is it like rooming with your coach as you're trying, and coach and teammate, as you're trying to get better and keep up your undefeated streak?
Yeah, I mean, well, I've known him for 3 years now. We're really good friends. It all started just as pushing each other, trying to get wins over each other, and then try to compete better than each other at locals and small events. But eventually, it doesn't. When it comes to practicing and stuff, there's times where, because he's a great player, phenomenal player. He knows neutral way better than I do, of course. But there's times where I do get annoyed, but that's normal. It's normal. But there's no hard feelings. We're just roommates. We act like any other group of roommates. Nothing hard feelings against Smash. I mean, a couple taunts here and there, but that's friendly banter,
Yeah, but when it does get serious, it gets pretty awkward sometimes.
Yeah. It can,
But yeah, with that being said, I think I've run out of questions, so I guess I'll just now default to is there anybody that you want to shout out? Is there anything that you want to plug for yourselves? Anything that you want to say before we close out the stream for today?
So one, shout out Team A, Ketchup.
Supa.
Shout out Team B3B for Poly. Shout out, Tyrese. Smorf, all those other freshmen playing bagels. Shout out the Utica scene. I don't know if they're in the Twitch, Shout out Syracuse as well.
Yep. That's where we go right now.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Shout out Westchester.
I'll agree to that one. I have a lot of homies in Westchester.
By the way, New York City represent.
You got me right here. But yeah, with that being said, we are gonna be closing it out for today. Unless Kilo, you had another question that you want to throw at them.
I just want to say thank you to Hazard and J2G for doing this interview. Thank you so much, guys, and I wish you the best of luck in the rest of the season.
Thank you.
Thank you.
But like we said, Dara, we're closing out now. This has been ECAC Week 4. I've been Keela Miles. This has been Dara. I hope you all have a wonderful night now. Take it easy out there.
Peace.
What would you like today?
I'll have the fantasy pack.
Good choice.
And could you make it a Cloud 2 wireless?
On his way, sir.
Sounds amazing.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
Ain't accepting, ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, if I ask for it, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids and for their kids' kids. That's wealth years and years. Promise my brother soon as he out and finish this bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big, jobs that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the ground and the cars is real big. I gotta do it big, the only way that I can live.
Hey man, I just can't find a comfortable headset. I mean, I've tried everything. Literally everything.
Sheesh, my brother. I got you.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
That is comfortable.
Y'all think too small, I got big dreams. You just starting, I'm way ahead at the end scenes. Started reading and dodging all of the quick schemes. Money like your Spotify, boy, I got 10 streams. And I'm still looking for more. My people, they got a soar, I'm putting that on the Lord. Ain't accepting, ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, if I ask for it, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids and for their kids' kids. That's wealth years and years. Promise my brother soon as he out and finish this bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big, jobs that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the ground and the cars is real big. I gotta do it big, the only way that I can live. And I promise I'm trying to. Before you count me out, homie, let me remind you. They was blocking the shine, now I think it's my time to. Counting them dollar signs like lights, they'll blind you. Let me rewind to. Back when I was broke and I couldn't acquire 2 cents, and now I got 2 rents. They was sleeping on me, homie, must have got too big. Call my phone, I be like, who this? Damn right, hell yeah, I'm brand new. Smell like can too. I'm fresh forever like canned food. Try and tell me what I can't do. I wanna see the world, my vision on shamu. That mean I got goals that's real big, foes that's real big. Y'all offer too little, sorry, my soul is real big. Coming into the ring with blows that's real big. I gotta do it big, that's the only way I can live.
What will you like today? Another Cloud 2 classic?
I'll stick with the usual. Maybe take a little bit off the sides.
Oh, that's fresh.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
Hey, watch your head.
What sound experience would you like today?
I'll have the fantasy pack.
Good choice.
And could you make it a Cloud 2 Wireless?
On his way, sir.
Sounds amazing.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
Ain't accepting, ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, if I ask for it, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids and for their kids' kids. That's wealth years and years. Promise my brother soon as he out and finish this bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big, jobs that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the ground and the cars is real big. I gotta do it big, the only way that I can live.
Hey man, I just can't find a comfortable headset. I mean, I've tried everything. Literally everything.
Sheesh, my brother. I got you.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
That is comfortable.
Y'all think too small, I got big dreams. You just starting, I'm way ahead at the end scenes. Started reading and dodging all of the quick schemes. Money like your Spotify, boy, I got 10 streams. And I'm still looking for more. My people, they got a soar, I'm putting that on the Lord. Ain't accepting, ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, if I ask for it, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids and for their kids' kids. That's wealth years and years. Promise my brother soon as he out and finish this bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big, jobs that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the ground and the cars is real big. I gotta do it big, the only way that I can live. And I promise I'm trying to. Before you count me out, homie, let me remind you. They was blocking the shine, now I think it's my time to. Counting them dollar signs like lights, they'll blind you. Let me rewind to. Back when I was broke and I